I first met you when you were coaching the teenagers, but you were a social worker back then. What was it that made you decide that you wanted to become an attorney? I mean, that continues on with your advocacy approach, but then once you were an attorney for so many years, what made you decide that you wanted to become a district magistrate, I guess?
Couple things. Number one, I've always been a person who tried to help others. I think that's what you have in terms of the social work, all right? I'm a helper. And I think that helper portrays it way in a couple of ways, okay? It's why I'm invested in the kids, all right? It's why I take that time, whether it's on the baseball field, okay, or whether it's in the courtroom. You make your efforts toward having an impact, influence. I want to tell you something, and this is true. One of the things that kids respond to is the fact that a person who wears a robe will bring them back, ask them come back multiple times to court, go over their attendance record, go over their grades, and publicly compliment them, reward them for the fact that they're doing well. Kevin stopped me over at the courthouse today as I was over there. They were raising Columbus Day, raising the Italian flag. And he thanked me. He went into a treatment program, okay? He's been clean for 1.5 years. I know for him that's a daily struggle. I understand that. I know that because I lived that, okay? I've been in that practice. I know what that means. Compliment him for that. You and I, look, come on. Don't leave yourself out of this. You put a lot of your own life, okay, into that. And you do that because you believe in it. And look, it's not just snowball. I love the game. For me, it's enjoyment. For me, it's fun. I always loved playing it. I played until I was, 48? Softball, and then I said at the end of one day, what can I do to help the team, guys? And they yelled, quit.
Real quick, because of your age, you're not eligible for a full term.
8.5 years, you're correct.
So after 8.5 years, you don't see it as a problem at all?
No, look, think about this. I've been a magisterial judge for 8 years, okay? If I'm elected on November 3rd and I do the other 8.5, that's 16.5 years on the bench. That's enough, okay? It will accomplish what I set out to do, was to make a difference, okay? And how do you make difference? You don't make them in buildings, you make them in people, all right? And you do that, and you do it in a way so it's measurable. I mean, anybody can come in here and say, I've done something good, or I could say I met somebody like Kevin, and he come up and said something. What's measurable is the changes in his life. What's measurable is the fact that some of these kids are now changed around. They're going to college. That's measurable, okay? That makes us, in some respects, a better world, okay? And what's wrong with that? Nothing, okay? Now you know who Bill Amesbury is, okay?
Any questions that we didn't ask you, or anything that you particularly wanted to mention? We covered a lot of ground, but is there anything that...
Not that I can think of. As I said, I think I'm a better judge now. 6 years into the process, 8 years into the process, okay? I've learned I can handle the courtroom. I think that's an important responsibility. I do understand the rules of evidence. I do understand the fact that the time up there has helped me make better credibility decisions, okay? It is that experience, I think, that sets me apart, okay, in a wide range of areas.